first of all, I just want to say congratulations to your induction of the College Hall of Fame. It's more pleasure to me because I grew up watching you and the Cowboys as fans. Uh, you, Woody, Emmitt Smith, growing up as a country boy. And now it's even more privileged to call you my friend, and my brother means more to me. So I want to be the first to say congratulations to you, man. It's well deserved. Your career from college to NFL, it's been nothing short of spectacular, and you've deserved and you've earned it. Uh, how did the call come, man? How you feeling, man? How you feeling about your induction,
Hey,
man?
Grant, first of all, I appreciate
I
you.
think about the College Football Hall of Fame. You just been nominated. Do you think you should have been nominated, or why it took so long, or do you think this just
It's a process. It's a criteria, and it also depends on the school. Has a lot to do with who they want to push towards that
right,
that
right,
that that that, that nomination.
right,
Um, every guy that goes in, the names that go in. I mean, how can you not put Randy Moss in there?
right,
Randy Moss was I mean, he was, although he went to Marshall, Randy Moss was a terror in
right,
college.
right,
You
right,
know, Alex Smith was a terror in college.
right,
Uh, Roy Dunn was a terror in college.
right.
You know, and I don't have a list in front of me, Grimes, but all the guys on that list were every year when you put 8 or 9, 10 guys in, they all deserve it. It was a time when I went in as an 18-year-old kid,
Yeah,
and Jackie Sherrill and R.C. Slocum and what my high school coaches, the NIL, it's a terrible thing right now. I'm just going to say
right,
that
right,
because we wouldn't be the men we are today if we had hundreds of thousands of dollars in a bank account
right.
at 18 years old.
Tell the people coming out of high school and coming out of jail. How tall? What were your dimensions?
Man, I was probably 5'10", 140. 145, 150 pounds. So I was a multiple sport. I played all 4
Right.
sports, which is why Jackie and RC probably saw something in me.
What there was
Uh,
football, track? You ran track.
Track,
What
baseball,
you ran in
and
track? What did you run in track?
I was a quarter miler, man, 46 flat out the blocks. Coming.
46.
Yeah, talk to me.
Yeah, I gotta go
45
look it
split.
up. Yeah,
Go look it
but
up.
and you went both ways on
And
the
football,
golf. Yeah,
yeah,
state champ. How many state titles did y'all win?
2 state
At the
championships.
West
2.
Orange Star, right?
Yeah.
Me knowing his relationship with Orange, was that kind of thing how you got to A&M
Well,
because of
it's ironic because Grimes. So we happened to play in Kyle Field my senior year, and the Aggies was getting ready
was
for the
that a
Cotton
playoff
Bowl.
game?
Yeah, the state championship game.
Oh, they had it Field back in the 80s? Oh, I didn't know that. Who
Yeah,
y'all played against?
we played against Rockwall.
Oh,
Rockwall. We played Randy Simmons the year before in the Astrodome, but we went to Kyle Field my senior year and played Rockwall. Ty Dodge was the head coach, Texas quarterback. We were 4A then. We were all 4A
okay,
then.
gotcha. Okay, cool,
Right.
gotcha. They were
So
for
this
it
was
makes sense.
4A then.
Yeah,
Yeah. So we played that game, and A&M, Mud Dog, and them all was getting ready for the Cotton Bowl, and they watched us play.
right,
Well, I had an interception,
right,
first play of the game. I had a touchdown. I had about 6 catches, and I had the best game I had probably
right,
that year. And so R.C. Slocum them and Jack and them was watching that game.
right,
At the time, the guy that was recruiting our area, a guy named Lynn Amity, who coached at Texas
right,
as well,
right,
he was moving on and went to LSU. So
right,
he didn't. I wasn't getting recruited by A&M.
right.
I was getting recruited heavily by University of Texas, and I was gonna go to
And you
Texas.
ain't chose us over them?
Y'all took a guy named Willie McGarza, who's my good friend.
Okay,
When they took Willie McGarza, I didn't hear from Texas no more.
right,
And then R.C. Slocum came to Orange, and he came to the house, and he told my mom, he said, "Hey, this house feels familiar. I've been in this house before." And my mom said, "Well, he used to be a doctor on this house. His name was Dr. Ritterseal." And R.C. said, "You know what? The last time I've been in this house was on my prom date, and I took his daughter to the prom." And so that was my recruit. That was a part of my recruiting visit from RC. The next trip was Jackie. He came to the high school, and I went to A&M.
How many times y'all win the Southwest Conference while you were there?
We won it one time because we was on probation for a while.
For what?
We got on probation. That's the reason why Jackie left.
Yeah. So was it recruit violations or what? Or y'all was getting paid on the table or something like that?
I don't know nothing about. I don't know nothing about what you're talking about.
Saying it's the 90s. This is. I mean, ain't nothing can happen now. They can't retro. But I'm saying, well, okay. Let me ask you.
Let me tell you something, Grind. We didn't do everything right.
Okay, cool. Because I know y'all wild boys down there.
We didn't do everything right, but we'll never do you wrong, Grind. Yeah. That's it. Yeah. What you want to talk about, Grind?
No, I'm saying. Are you saying for extracurricular off the field activities? I mean, I know there's a lot of the extracurricular activities off the campus, and a lot of drinking, and a lot of drug, sex partying, a lot of robbery.
Man.
What?
We was good. We was good. I was a good Catholic boy, man.
Right.
Yeah, I ain't had sex till I was 20 years old, Grind.
Man. Yeah.
Hey, Grind, you know what was going on, man. The same thing went on at University of Texas.
Not necessarily.
Yeah.
I'm just asking for clarification, man. Y'all had some people go to jail and stuff, right?
Yeah. We had. I mean, Mud Dog. We fought. We did all. I mean, we did what college kids do.
And then did it get swept on the rug, or how did they go?
It was better. It was a lot of things we did that was not right, Grimes. But like we had a calling card one time, man. We went to Hawaii. We played a game in Hawaii.
Okay.
So we back then we used to have dialing from College Station to Houston was long distance. Dialing from Houston, from College Station to call my mother in Orange, Texas was a long distance call.
Yeah.
So back then you had to use calling cards. That was a big deal back then.
Right.
And at one point, Jackie would come in and tell us, hey, man, we got these calling cards. You guys in trouble. Tell me the truth and let me do the line. That's what Jackie used to say, right? Yeah, so he cleared up. But one year we went and played a game in Hawaii.
Right.
And so everybody met these girls in Hawaii, right? And then them long distance calls back to Hawaii wasn't $10,000.
Right.
Can you imagine a long distance call to Hawaii?
They used to
in 1989.
Yeah, I remember the story.
Yeah.
I'm trying to refresh my memory for recollection purposes.
So we had a couple guys. I'm not gonna say their names.
Right.
Back then you can go to the student center, and they was giving out these calling cards because that was the thing to do.
Gotcha.
And so they basically switched their first name and last name, right? And they got the cards. So once they got the card, they shared it with the whole team. Now you got 40 guys calling all over the state, right?
Right.
So the bill was in the hundreds of thousands, bro. It was up there, right? So
what y'all were charging for people needing was 25, 10, and hey man, you call whatever. How does it go?
No charge. We just all use it. It wasn't.
Okay.
Hey man,
here's made the call. Okay. Yeah.
You use it till it ran out. You use that card. Then we say it didn't work. So at the end of the day, we all they had to bring a private investigator in on this. They said there's too much.
Right.
And so basically he had a stack 3 feet tall of calls, and they didn't have the technology back then. So he pushed the calls. He said, man, all the calls, Beaumont, put out the orange, that's yours. I said, no, man, they ain't mine.
Yeah, you stood on business.
Yeah, stood on my business.
No damn well. Ain't nobody orange but you. You know, nobody but orange but you, right?
No, man. I say, Grind. I said, hey, man, don't sign, don't circle nothing, don't do nothing. It's about 12 of us. We had to go talk to the dude.
Right.
He pushed that paper out to me. I pushed it back. I said, man, I got homegirls come up from Orange and Beaumont. They from Lamar. They met my homeboys. I don't know for a fact. I say, I got some calls on them, but I don't know which ones. So I never admitted to it. I never admitted to the calls. But we had 2 of them get kicked out of the university.
Who were the 2?
And about 6 of them
got kicked out?
I can't tell you. that.
I know. Bro, this the Grind Time show, man. What the hell?
Man,
I don't. Who the people got kicked out of you because it's public record now, ain't it?
it's you. Yeah, you can pull the article up. You pull it up now, Grimes. Google this, Grimes.
Yeah.
Call America, Texas
Yeah.
A&M.
Right.
Google that right now, and
What
then
it's
you can see the
called?
names on.
You still hold a record for most interceptions in Texas A&M history.
Yes, it'll never be broken.
And how
And you
many
know
is
why?
that? Why is that?
It's 20. Because if a guy's making that many interceptions in his first 3 years, he's not going to go back to A&M. He's going to go to the league. If he's
What year did you get the 20 interceptions? Was it your sophomore or your senior year?
I had two my freshman year, 9, 7, and then my senior they wouldn't even throw the ball my way. So
you shut down.
I got two that last year, yeah. So
You were the semifinalist for the Jim Thorpe.
Right.
Who won it that year?
Terrell Buckley.
Did you feel like you had a better shot at it, or did he deserve it that year?
Terrell Buckley had a hell of a year that year.
Right.
That's the year he defended Desmond Howard. Desmond Howard won the Heisman that year.
Right.
But Terrell Buckley killed him in a game that year, and we actually played Terrell Buckley and them in the Cotton Bowl that year.
Now, so you semifinal for the Thorpe. You getting ready for the draft. You didn't know you was first round. What pick did you go?
17th in the draft.
First round. Did you even imagine yourself a kid from West Orange and with the career? Did you kind of feel like you were going first round? You didn't know you were gonna be second or third.
Man, Grimes, I really didn't. So I was just so happy to get. First of all, I was happy to play high school football as a kid because my older brothers played basketball at West Orange Start. And when they merged the schools, the ultimate goal for me was to put that silver helmet on and play on Friday nights. And from a little league football all the way up. But to go to A&M, I really didn't realize, until my junior year, they had I had agents calling me like, hey, man, you can go. And I'm like, wait a minute. So Coach Stogan was like, well, hey, let's talk to your mom. Because, of course he wanted me to stay. But, I'm like, hey, wait a minute. These scouts are coming to me with money and opportunities, and they're trying to get me to go to the league. And I'm like, I know I made a lot of interceptions, but I know I'm small. And, I saw Darryl Green. I worked out with Darryl Green and Eric Allen and different guys in Houston. And I'm like, I'm not ready for what these guys are doing. So that's why I went back for my senior year, and I actually put on about 15 pounds. After that, after my senior year, talking to the different coaches and scouts, I said, you know what, maybe I might have something. I didn't know I was a first rounder, but it wasn't until my junior year that I said, you know what, this might be a reality to something. And then my first day with the Cowboys in a one-on-one drill, I picked off Troy Aikman. And at that my first one-on-one drill, I didn't tell you the truth. It was at minicamp, my first minicamp.
Okay, gotcha.
So I was still at A&M, but I flew down to Dallas I was still in class. I flew down for the minicamp after the draft.
How they do that though? You got drafted, but you still at school?
So I got drafted in April, early April. The draft was early April. The minicamp was
92, right?
92. The minicamp was always that next weekend.
Right.
So I came to minicamp. School don't end, Grimes, to what, May?
Oh yeah.
So I was still in. I was still in school.
Right.
So, but I was employed by the Dallas Cowboys. Right. When I got drafted, I wasn't mature enough to know what Jimmy wanted from me.
Jimmy Johnson.
Yeah, man. So Jimmy drafts. He drafted me. What a lot of people don't know about the NFL, is when you get drafted, everybody in that draft room didn't want you.
Right.
Everybody didn't want you.
Right.
You have a scout from the Northwest that wanted Troy Vincent. You have a scout in the East Coast that wanted Terrell Buckley.
Right.
You have a scout in the Midwest that wanted Dale Carter, right? So when the head coach makes a decision on you that we bringing this guy in, then, and I know this now is hindsight is 2020.
Right.
Then it means more, right? When the
Right.
head coach or the defense coordinator say, "Nah, this is what we going with." I wanted the playmaker, and so when I got to Dallas, real interesting story, interesting story. I was bullshitting.
Yeah.
I go into training camp and I'm hurt. I can't practice for about 2 weeks. So I come out of the training camp. They put me on the field. I get an interception against Warren Moon. Jimmy Johnson, I just see it. He like, I told y'all, right? He telling the other people. That next day, we scrimmaged the Oilers, but we're gonna play them on Saturday.
Right.
My hamstring though, I popped it again.
Man.
So we have a night out. We go out.
Right.
So we have a deal with Jimmy say, the veterans, as long as you out the street by 2, you good. If anything happen after that, yeah, you in trouble. We in Austin.
Right.
The rookies,
St. Edward, right?
St. Edwards.
Yeah.
The rookies got to come back to the dorm, right?
Right.
I get back to the dorm, but it wasn't back then. It wasn't no security, it wasn't no cameras, wasn't none of that. It wasn't no social media. So we jumped the fence, me and 2 other guys, right? 2 other DBs. One guy named was Michael James from Arkansas, having the best. He was having the best camp of all the cornerbacks at the time. Me, Clayton, he was undrafted. He was all Southwest Conference from Arkansas. Other guy named was Donald. He was a baseball player, played with the Rangers, and he went to the Rangers, then he came back.
Right.
So we all sneaked out. I knew some girls that went to college with me, and then we come back to the dorm 7 in the morning.
Right.
It's a note on the door. See Jimmy Johnson when you get in, right?
Dang.
So I'm thinking the player is bullshitting, and so Bruce Mays, what we call the Grand Reaper, come and say, "Hey man, you ain't see Jimmy Johnson?"
Yeah.
I said, "You need to get your ass down there we was in the dorm room."
Right.
So I go down. So the 2 dudes I was with was sitting there. Donna Harris, his name.
Right.
So, and there was another dude who snuck out on his own named Greg Briggs.
Right.
He was a 5th round draft pick. So this is what Jimmy told us. He say, "Puck, Kevin Smith, I can't do shit with you because I'm gonna get in your pocket though, because he couldn't cut me, right?"
Yeah. You first round. They ain't trying to hear it.
He told Greg Briggs, "You better count your damn blessings." His 5th round draft pick.
Yeah.
He told Donna Harris, "You get your shit right now and get on out of here. You gone." Right?
Yeah.
He told my boy, the cornerback from Arkansas, "You better play the best game of your life to stay on this team." He was having the best camp.
Right.
We played the game on Saturday. The dude had 3 interceptions in the preseason game.
Saved it.
No. You guess what Jimmy did?
What did he do?
He cut him. He never played it down in the league.
Damn.
Never played it down in the league. So I feel like I cost that man his job. But the point is,
but you didn't have him try to go engage no extracurricular, or they saw you the lead example and Pup do it. I'm gonna go do it.
well, I should have been leading him though, Grind.
Where
And then
y'all go, Pup? Where did y'all go?
Man, they had a house. They lived in Austin.
The girls.
The girls, yeah, they lived in Austin, but they went to A&M.
Did you at least knock them off?
Hey man,
You got nigga cut. He ain't getting none either.
Jimmy said, "I hope."
Did he
Jimmy
get
said,
some poo-poo?
Jimmy said, "I hope it." He told me, "I hope it costs you $10,000. I'm gonna get in your pocket."
Boy, hey, see,
Jimmy said, "I hope it was worth it because it's gonna cost you
yeah, you
$10,000."
got to go back from 4th, 5th, and 2nd, 3rd. Yeah, she need to be there every day for that 10th time. That's crazy.
Yeah.
So you get there, that Super Bowl, you help Cowboys when they won the first Super Bowl your rookie year in '92, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. And I won it again the next year, right? You was a starting in '93, right?
Yes, sir.
And
I started. I ended up starting. So I said that to say this, Grind. I bullshitted the first half of the season, and about the 6th game, Jimmy called me. I think it was our off. We had an off week,
right.
and I had to go down to Beaumont or something. Right. And Jimmy called me, and his secretary said, "Hey," and I had a little back then cell phones wasn't that good,
right.
but I had a little raggedy cell phone. And Jimmy, the secretary called, said, hey, you need to call Coach Johnson as soon as you get this message. I had a pager. And so I called Coach Johnson, and he said, well, it was off day. He said, when you get your butt back here Wednesday, hey, you need to get in that playbook. You're starting this week, and I don't want no more shit out of you.
Yeah.
That's what he told me.
So, Pup, you win the two. How many Super Bowls you won? The first. How many Super Bowls you won with the Cowboys?
So we won the first. I won. Well, I was a part of 3. You know, I tore my Achilles in '95 when Dion came.
95. You missed the whole season, right? When Prime came.
I played the first 2 games. Right. 1 or 2 games. Yeah.
You know, Prime did a commercial or something, right?
Yeah, we did the Nike commercial when Prime first came in.
And Whipple.
The Gipper.
Yeah. I saw it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you missed 95 season, and then you came back in 96. You got your starting spot back.
Yeah.
Right?
Yes, sir. We Larry Brown went to the Raiders, and actually I made All Pro that year. I had 6 interceptions that year.
Injury?
From the injury, yeah.
So
from the Achilles tendon.
So did you get your starting back because they had shipped off Larry Brown, or because nobody else could fit the bill?
I got back healthy, and I rehab. I mean, the rehab was great. So Larry was already going. Larry was going to be in trouble if I had gotten hurt. They was going to try to figure out what to do with Larry.
Right.
Actually, it was a blessing in disguise because Larry ended up being the MVP of the Super Bowl that year.
Right.
Because Larry wouldn't even been starting. It'd have been me and Dion. So, but for the 96, 97, 98, if you look at the stats, and even some 99, we had the #1 passing defense in the league.
97 season.
97 season, we started off good, and then we struggled. We started struggling on offense. We couldn't score. We lost a lot of games.
No.
With no 13 to 12, 12 to 4, 12 to 3. Yeah. We weren't scoring no touchdowns. But defensively, we had #1 defense. We was ranked in the top 3 or 4 defenses all those years.
When did you feel like you were in decline? What, 98, 99? You started getting injured?
98 off season. We were training, and then my back just started. So Achilles didn't force me out the league.
They say you report to camp with back issues because of extracurricular activities you indulged in outside of football.
No, God, what you talking about?
They said it was partying, alcohol, women, and I don't know I don't know. I'm not in your bedroom. I don't know what kind of tricks you try to do to throw your back out, but they said that's what contributed to it because you came into training camp hurt.
Brian, I was bone on bone, man. I had bone on bone.
Degenerative back, like what?
I had degenerative. I was bone on bone. I had degenerative back issues.
And so you missed 8 games, right?
I missed, throughout that year. Yeah.
And when you came back, it was still like, you didn't get your starting spot? You just played sporadically. How was it?
No, I started a little bit. Me and K-Matt would alternate a little bit, but mostly 98. And Prime was hurt too a lot that year too. You got to remember, we rotated because we all was banged up a little bit. K-Matt was banged up a little bit too.
Who was in the White House, man? The White House, that's the party house, right?
Huh?
Who was at the White House?
Who you seen speak on?
I don't know. You spoke with Prime there?
You know Prime wasn't in there.
Who was in there? Mud Dog was in there?
Mud Dog might have been in there a couple times.
Okay, what went on at the White House, man?
Oh, man, just we're going in regular house parties.
Oh. Women, alcohol, sex, drugs.
No drugs. No drugs.
But it was the lifestyle of the rich and famous.
No drugs, though.
Okay, no drugs. Bunch of women.
I wasn't there.
Oh, okay. You're going to plead the fifth on the terms you might incriminate this. This was 90s, man. It's 20-some years ago.
No, I ain't pleading nothing. I wasn't there, Brian.
Okay.
I wasn't never in there. I just heard some stories about what happened in there.
So that's why your back was pretty, so that's why you showed up with your back out at training camp, right? They say you didn't get hurt at camp. You showed up to camp with a hurt back. Or you already hurt.
Hey, Grind, I just told you. I told you the off season, my back went out on me. It had nothing to do. It was training.
Okay. Okay,
Yeah.
gotcha.
And we brought in a new strength coach, and we started doing some different things in that weight room. And I
Yeah.
tell guys all the time, when you turn 28, 29, 30, I was telling my friends about Earl. You can't train like you trained when you was 20 years old,
Let's
man.
say that.
Shoot, and that's what the NFL will do. And you got to remember, they changed, the CBA has changed drastically on how they practice these guys.
The collective
I,
bargaining agreement.
collective bargaining agreement, I honestly believe they took years off our careers of the fully padded practices,
Right.
the 2 days, the heat, the things that we went through now is inhumane right now in NFL. So by my 9th year,
Right.
Grimes, I'm I'm playing on Sunday, and here it is
Yeah.
Saturday, and I'm still sore from the week before.
You
And
think
it just,
do you think with the new CBA and rules you'd have had a longer career than what they do now with the
I think
projections
I
rules
think
in
we should
place?
sue.
Yeah.
I think we should
Yeah,
sue
I was gonna
for.
that's my next
I
question.
think we should get another 2 years on our pension
Yeah, right.
based on
I
how.
think so.
Yeah,
I think so too. Because like
add
I said, I
another
know
year or
it's
two.
free.
Add another year or two on our pension, which is a couple $1,000s a month.
Right.
Sick, and if you played that long,
Right.
a couple more thousand a month, based on the fact that what's not right now
Right.
was super correct back then because we
Right.
practiced 2 days. I mean, we were out there 4 or 5 hours some days.
No, 2000 training camp.
Right.
When you had that, you knew what was it like? Did you knew it was over then, or were you trying to make a comeback, or you just said forget it, or did the Cowboys let you know, hey, we're going to cut you, or it
No,
was
actually, Jerry Jones offered me a job to coach.
right,
And for a day or two, I thought about it. And I got calls from Dave Wannstedt, all the other Cowboy coaches.
right,
They basically say, hey, man, how you feeling? I said, well, I mean, I can't play. I mean, I'm telling y'all right now, if I come out there, I'm just fooling y'all. And
right,
they said, well, we just want your presence in the locker room. We
right,
just need a presence. If you can just play 10 snaps, 15 snaps a game,
right,
we don't need you to play the whole game. And I declined it. And my agent said, you sure? And I just
right,
said I didn't want to play no more. And I wasn't but 30 years old at the time.
right,
One thing about football, Grimes, you play. If you can't practice, you
right,
can't play.
right,
If you can't get the practice reps in, then you're not going to get it done in the game. And
right,
some guys will fake the funk as long as they can. But at the end of the day, I don't want to go out there and get embarrassed no more than I was already doing, not being healthy out there on the field. If you love this game, there's a position somewhere in there for you. And it
right,
may not be starting on the football field.
right,
You might be a GM one day.
right,
You might be a scout one day. If
right,
you really love it and you want to be a part of it, then you can be a part of it. And that's what
right,
Jerry told me. And he said, hey, I want you to be here. But
right,
I didn't. I tried going into coaching from a player being there 6 hours a day
right.
to a coach breaking down film being there 15 hours a day
Now, yeah,
at 30 years old.
yeah,
I'm like, that's not what I want to do right now.
right, right,
I have no regrets. I have no anything against Jerry Jones, the Dallas Cowboys. I love Jerry Cowboys. Jerry offered me a job when I walked away
gotcha.
from the game. Yeah.
What team out of the 90s that you better if you could have kept everybody together, what team would you say we could have made a hell of a run? What team was the
The
best team
the
that you
the
could partner with? What
94
year?
team, the 94 team that lost to San Francisco was the best team we had.
And
The
yeah,
best put together team. Better than 92, better than 93. That 94 team that didn't win was perhaps the best team.
and
But
y'all
we
didn't
came
win the
back, we
Super
got
Bowl
Dion the next year,
in
and we won in
95.
95. Yeah.
You still talk to Jerry life after the football or
Yeah,
thought?
I mean, we see each other at functions
Mm-hmm.
or whatever else. I still do the ambassador program with the Cowboys. Uh, I saw Jerry at Jimmy's deal. Uh, I like to call it the ace of spade, Grimes. I'm really not gonna hit Jerry till I got to use my ace.
Gotcha.
You know, you know
Gotcha.
what I'm saying? And I'm not gonna waste my ace of spade on no
No, but
bull crap.
yeah, yeah.
You know what I
Gotcha.
mean?
Gotcha.
So You know, I mean, if I call Jerry, then if I really need him, he gonna pick up the phone. But it's liaisons in between us. The last time I sat with Jerry was one of the fight. I think it was an Errol Spence fight at the stadium. And
Yeah,
you
yeah.
know, he like that Johnny Walker. And we
Oh, that,
we stayed up there in that little in that
I
suite
know y'all was
until
drunk
about,
through the brain. I know y'all was
well, I'm
lit
gonna say that we stayed in there about 3 or 4 in the morning
three or
after the
four in the
fight.
morning.
Yeah. Well, he owns it, he can do what he wanna
Well,
do.
yeah, that's crazy. Maybe you can help me shed some light on this. The reason why I asked the question because I look at how long it took Jimmy Johnson to get to the Ring of Honor. That's more of a Jerry thing, Cowboy,
Right.
right? Uh, why did it take Jimmy so long? What was the rift between him and Jerry? Because people still don't know why, or I don't think the public has got an explanation as to why Jimmy hadn't been in just now getting into the Ring of Honor. You know what I mean? But
Well,
they say it's smoke out there, but we don't know the fire. We
you
can't.
know, well, as a young kid, 22, when it happened, 23, they like, hey, well, Jimmy's not gonna coach no more. We, I really didn't understand it. You know, other people had more insight on it, but over the years,
This was 93, 94, something like
93,
that.
94, yeah, 90 after the 93 season.
That was Jimmy last
So
season.
his last
What was Jimmy?
season, 93,
Right.
yeah, 93,
And y'all was
94.
just coming off a Super Bowl, right?
We just won a Super Bowl, so it was a 93
Right.
Super Bowl, or it might
Right.
have been 94 Super Bowl. So, but over the years,
Right.
Jimmy, of course, went to Miami, but we, I saw Jimmy at different events,
Right.
and I saw him in New Orleans Super Bowl, and you know, Troy Aikman we had an anniversary 20-year, and every one of us was still connected to Jimmy,
Right.
and you know, he would show up to certain events, whether Jerry was there or not. Now, I still didn't know if they talked. So once
Right.
the Ring of Honor stuff started coming up,
Right.
I'm like, it just doesn't make sense
Right.
that, you know, Jerry, I mean, I don't know his decision making process
Right.
on who goes in, who doesn't
Right.
go in. But, you know, when I saw, and nothing against DeMarcus Ware, nothing,
Right.
zero against
Right.
DeMarcus
Right.
Ware.
Right. Right. Right.
But,
Right.
and he did
There's
DeMarcus
no way
Ware.
he's good enough for Jimmy. I don't give a damn. I can see it. You might not want to
Okay,
see it. I can see
well,
it.
there you go. I want to
Ain't
be
no way
politically correct.
in hell he
Yeah.
good enough for Jimmy Johnson. Too
And
severe.
you know, you putting guys in there that didn't win Super Bowls with the Cowboys.
Right.
And DeMarcus Ware is a great person.
Oh yes, for sure.
He's a great community guy for the city.
Right.
And I think he's really a good person. But there's
Right.
no way in the world DeMarcus Ware was supposed to go into the Ring of Honor
Right.
at that shorter period of time out the
Right.
league than Jimmy Johnson.
Right.
There's no way in the world. You know, and I'll go 2 steps farther. It's guys like Charles Jones has been in this city 40 years.
Right.
You know, that's been a great guy, hadn't gotten in trouble. There's nowhere in the world a guy like Tall Jones that represents the city of Dallas. When Tall Jones is an icon. When Tall Jones walks in the building, you automatically say, what? That's Tall
But
Jones.
he's in the Ring of Honor though, right?
No, he's not.
Oh, he not. Oh, damn.
No.
I thought Jerry told Jimmy that anybody could have coached that team to win the Super Bowl or something like
Well,
that.
he didn't tell it to him directly, but
Right.
it was said to a reporter.
Right.
But then again, that's something Jimmy got against Jerry. That don't have nothing to do with Jerry having nothing against Jimmy.
Jim, do you think that started or was a little deeper than rap? There's way more to the story than that. I just refuse to believe a statement like that can either be taken out of context and then you turn down a whole franchise coming off a Super Bowl winning season to not coaching. I don't get it.
Grom, you just said what I was going to ask you.
Okay.
What are 2 things can make me and you fall out?
Man, it either some money
And what else?
or you missing my old lady or something like that. But yeah,
Okay, let's
my
leave it at that.
main, if anything, but you can
It ain't
have
got
an
to be
old
the
lady,
main one.
but they
It ain't
fed
got
right.
It ain't got to be the main one. It ain't got to be the main one. You just said 2 things. Now you talking about college teammates
Right.
that go back to their 18 years
Right.
old. They come back together in their 50s.
Right.
They have success.
Right.
What's the 2 things they could be fighting about?
Probably money or women. man, or something
Okay,
like
that's
that.
a
And
well.
I'm gonna say women because I don't think the money should be an issue because Jimmy should get what Jerry should get Jimmy what he asked for.
Okay, well let's eliminate the money then.
And you think Jerry would tamper that man out later one of his side pieces or something?
I don't know. I'm not. I'm just saying. What else could you fall out about? An
That's what I'm
ego,
saying.
but the ego
Man,
you can put the ego aside to go in and coach these. I mean, to win another Super
but
Bowl.
Jerry not is Jerry married this time? Or did Jerry married? I don't even know. Or he
Jerry,
just kept
yeah,
getting over.
Jerry was
He's
married.
still married.
Yeah,
But I mean, you rich as fuck. I mean, you can have plenty of women, and your wife gonna accept it for what it is. It could be infidelity or something on Jerry end or Jimmy end. You think Jerry tampered with some of Jimmy piece of game, or you
I
think Jimmy
don't.
tampered
Nah,
with
man.
Jerry business?
I can only speculate. I don't. Ain't none of this factual. I can only speculate. I just understand why two men can't get along.
Right. And
That
they
it's
hit
only
on
a
when
few
they
things.
had that much success and that much money. A lot
Right.
of hope she worked whoever they would, whoever the winner,
Yeah.
whatever it was.
Jerry was heartfelt when he announced him.
Yeah.
We had a private ceremony. Jimmy was truly touched. Whatever it is, they buried the hatchet. You
Right.
know, uh, but for two men to go to college together
Right.
and win a national championship together,
Right.
win Super Bowls
Super Bowl
together,
together. Yeah,
then
man.
I mean, again, that's between
Yeah.
them. But at the end of the day,
Because I say, man,
if you
yeah, that's
if you
crazy.
leave that door open, all we can do is speculate.
Regulate.
But there definitely had to be an issue
But I'm willing
if
to take it down,
if
man, when they come you
yeah,
cross the line. And it's crazy how Caucasian and white people like Jerry and this rich. A lot of this stuff they sweep under the rug and hold it down because if it was any African American owner or anybody else, it would have been leaked out and got out by now.
yeah,
You see what I'm
yeah,
saying?
yeah, one of us would have told it.
If there was, yeah, it would have been got out there. But I mean, I don't know if somebody getting hush money, and Jerry got money. He got money. He got more money than a law can allow, more money than he can spend. So,
Right.
and it's crazy how they don't get out. Or
Well,
don't nobody know still today why him and Jerry really fell out. Really, it ain't really been released, right?
and no, it haven't. Let's one of them speak on it. And I think it was more of a Jerry problem than Jimmy. Had to
Jerry
be
is now
Jerry and him had to
Jerry.
be. He had to be in his late 50s at the time.
Nah, can't be. You talking about 90s, 92, 20?
Yeah, I
Oh,
mean, what?
yeah, it might be the. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, but
I know Jerry ain't tender like that, man. Jerry got tender.
okay, let me take that back. Jerry and them might have been younger than that, Grind, because that was 30 in 1993. How many years ago was that? Let's do our
93,
math.
93, 2003, 2013,
30 years ago.
It was 50. Jerry 80, what,
So
83?
Jerry was
Jerry
younger than
about
what I
50.
am right now.
Now, Jerry about 50, 49,
That's
50.
that's my point. He
Yeah.
wasn't but 50 years old, and
Oh,
Jimmy
yeah.
wasn't but about 50 years old. So they wasn't old men back then. They wasn't. They wasn't
I
like
just
this.
can't believe they let a piece of tail come through what a dynasty and I just believe it.
I'm not.
Uh,
We speculate now. You don't
yeah,
know that.
now that's what it is. Cause you can do the process of elimination. Shit. Cause it can't be about money. Cause if Jimmy asked for what he wanted, Jimmy got to give it to him. Cause what he won.
Yeah,
So I mean, he ain't hit the man. They ain't getting no altercation, no
yeah.
fist
They ain't
fight.
had no fight. Now they ain't had no
Yeah,
physical fight.
yeah.
Yeah.
When is the ceremony? It's late December this year, right? Do we got
Hey,
any?
Graham, December 10th, we going to Vegas. You coming?
We know I'm gonna get mine ready and prepared and
Yeah.
just have my ticket. But
You can
in the
stop in
meantime,
Colorado and holler at your boy, your favorite homeboy.
yeah,
Hey, y'all like 2 weeks before that.
yeah. We need to go
Thanksgiving.
down there. We need to be there.
I
In
got you.
fact,
Let's go.
yeah,
Let's go.
we need to try to in between times with you. We need gotta get us some autograph session set up, uh, tools and different stuff for your campaign,
What's your
man.
percentage, Grind?
Man, we'll talk about that out there. We'll talk about it.
Well,
I ain't gonna,
hold on, Brian. You want to talk about everything on record? What's your percentage? I mean, see if we got a deal right now.
yeah, about 10%. I ain't tripping, man. It's
Okay,
cool
that
with
we can do
me.
that. All right,
Yeah,
Grind. You can't go up now.
yeah, I don't
I
want
got you.
I don't know, 10%, man, out the little old broker, whatever, however we do it, and we're gonna put it together and we're gonna
Yeah.
rock. It's more out of love, you my guy.
What's your Dion deal?
We ain't got no deal. That's my homeboy, that's my partner. I don't with my partner. We
Dog,
ain't got no.
hey, you had to fight Mud Dog. Mud Dog say he the publicist right now. You got to fight him for that 10%.
Yeah,